Friends and family gather as Nigerian entrepreneur and founder of Lapo Microfinance Bank, Dr. Godwin Ehigiamusoe, launches his book, Touching Lives, My Lapo Journey. The 381-page memoir details extensively Godwin Ehigiamusoe's contributions and role in the evolution of the microfinance subsector of the finance industry.
It documents the strategies adopted by the founder and his team of seasoned directors and colleagues in growing the Lapo idea, institutionalizing it, and creating effective opportunities for individuals. The institutionalization of Lapo and the steps taken to do that, which is something that everyone that has a small enterprise that wants to upscale it needs to look at. So with regard to scaling up, this section looks at the setting up of the microfinance bank. Remember that the life we're talking about here of these enterprises began with Leap Above Poverty, which is a not-for-profit organization.
Captains of industry celebrate the author for his exceptional service in the financial services sector.
You're a man of vision, a visionary leader. You are hardworking. You are very consistent. And with all this, you are very humble. This man started from very humble beginning. You read it. To lead people out of poverty and still run a profitable business. Lifting out of poverty is not charity. It made people realize that it's not charity.
The chief launcher, who is the chairman of the United Bank of Africa, UBA, Tony Elumelu, is represented by Samson Aneke, Directorate Head, Southwest, UBA. He leads others to unveil the book to all present.
This book that will bless souls for his kingdom. Thank you.
Chairman of Lapo Group, Osayin Emokbai, shares his reflections about the book.
I want to start from the elegance of the prose. You know, we're talking about the prose is elegant, and indeed, when I did the first chapter and second chapters, I actually wrote to him to actually commend that elegance of the prose, laced with humor. The interesting thing is that prose is elegant, but we also see the humor, and yet very simple to read and understand. But you can also identify the intellectual depth that challenged most of the best literature I have ever read. I have read quite a lot of books. And you know, in reading this is one of the finest and the very best I have ever read.
The author, Godwin Ehigiamusoe, who is the pioneer managing director, Lapo Microfinance Bank, recommends the need for knowledge to be passed across.
The foundation that was laid even before the Lapo journey, that has been clearly, outlined in the book. Of course, you have lessons, challenges, victories during the sowing of what we call Lift Above Poverty organization today, Lapo, scaling it up, and of course the challenges of reaching out to a large number of people, not only in Nigeria but also in Sierra Leone. These are things that will be there. Additionally, this book has a lot, to say about how is it possible for enterprises, especially social enterprises, to make impact on the life of ordinary people, improving the condition of living of members of their household. This book has a lot of tips and lessons to learn.
One of the guests acknowledges the quality and relevance of the new book.
The story itself is one of that shows that life works in cycles. That shows that as things rise, they fall. As they fall, they rise. And it's something good to understand in this difficult time economically, that this gentleman went through it 30 years ago. And the generation is 30 years, so life finds a way. We will recover. We will look to these stories to learn lessons that we learned, so that at least we know that we are standing on the shoulders of giants, so we can see further, so we do not repeat their mistakes.
The wife of the author, Ehigiamusoe, wants people to understand the importance of humble beginnings.
People will learn from it and know how to begin from a humble start. Because majority of our men, especially, they don't want to start anything small. They want it big. And getting resources to start it big is always a problem. But we started just 300 naira to 3 women, 100 naira each. You know? So I think that's one of the major lessons you teach people. Don't just jump into it, start little and become a master of it. Because we started little, today is a master of microfinance.
Apart from narrating the inspiring story of a man who rose from grass to grace, Touching Lives promises to be a reference material for individuals and organizations keen on making positive social impact and improving living conditions for ordinary people.